This is the century of cities, and among the most important of these are global cities that are the focus of the Chicago Forum over the next few days.
The purpose is to convene leaders in business, finance, and public affairs to shape opinion and decisions around the world.
The ideal city would not be one where even a poor person could use a car, but one where even the rich would prefer to use public transport.
Building a great city and a global city, it's not just about the money you can make, it is about the air you can breathe.
Nowhere in the developing world do you see a successful urbanization model.
There's about 100 cities around the globe that drive the intellectual, economic, and cultural energy of the world economy.
The great urbanization of the world has been driven by migration, whether it's regional migration or international migration.
These leading global cities that are investing in infrastructure have made the connection between investing in aviation and the broader economic benefit.
Cities with open data will have an enormous competitive advantage.
Technology will solve some problems, and technology will also bring us some new problems common for cities everywhere.
I'd like to ask you, on this technology point, how much faith do you have in predictive policing?
All of the best performing or high performing education systems have been developed as systems.
Every time anybody has tried to say, here's the single issue that will fix the schools, it always fails.
The role of the artist in defining the character and influence of a city overseas.
You see this global trend of new museums popping up everywhere, but the museum is much more than brick and mortar.
The city is alive. Yeah, they have the life. They can't be made.
I have to go from federal to local to start doing public policy that really impacts the people.
Many of the cities on which urbanization is occurring so rapidly are on fragile ecologies.
There's a paradox. The factors driving the success of the cities that we're talking about are also threaten the resources on which they depend.
If we want a verdant and prosperous and enjoyable world, we need to invest in our cities we already have.
If cities are going to play this international role, there has to be a way that the people within the cities can understand what its role is and how it relates to the rest of the international structure.
Let's look to cities for solutions to global problems, not because nations have failed, but because nations are no longer capable of addressing a global interdependent world.
So that's what this conference was about. We need to thrive across all pillars of urban life in order to succeed, and the challenge for all of us is to go back applying the things that we learned here. This is the beginning, it is certainly not the end of a conversation.